Sleek, clear, purple, P-Bandai. What's up, guys? Dad Life Gunpla today, bringing you the high-grade AMS 123X Varguil P-Bandai. It's the clear color edition. So by now, guys, you know that I like the clear color kits in the master grade. Not so much for the high grade. This kit, however, I found to be an exception. It is phenomenal. I love the purple colors that we'll see here in a second as soon as we unbox it. And man, I honestly enjoy this kit. The Moon Gundam is the base for this model, and it just, the Moon Gundam, if you build it, it does not disappoint for high grade. It's clearly one of the better builds. So we get into the unboxing here. There's not a ton of runners. Don't expect a lot. You do have a few pieces left over that was utilized in the Moon Gundam as well, but not this kit. And you do see that mostly clear. However, you do have that inner solid, like metallic looking grayish color that's more of a dipped coating than an actual mold. So expect a little bit of numb marks within that. However, I will say not too bad. Let's take a look. Here is Runner A. You get two of them, and you can see the Psycho panel there from the Moon Gundam. You won't actually utilize them in the kit, but they're there if you want to kind of change out some parts. You get into the little bit of shoulder pieces and the Runner C's. Right here is that metallic looking gray silver. Nice touch. Kind of shows through that clear. Just beautiful little accents here and there. You'll get a better look at the kit overall once we get it going on the turntable here. But a ton of little details that worked in, and the small amount of runners that you actually do have is really good. I mean, honestly, Bandai did a phenomenal job with this. And then you also have some nice backpack funnels for an option as well. Right there is that head helmet. You can see that is separate because it was molded based off the Moon Gundam again. So here is the completed model. Beautiful kit, guys. Just absolutely gorgeous kit. I mean, I was not disappointed at all. There's so many little things that come into this kit too that you wouldn't think is part there, but you have some solid effect parts. I will say right there with the articulation in this kit, honestly, is solid. It is a very, very good articulation. Nice movement in the head. A little loose around that joint, that ball joint going into the head, but still very solid. Shoulder bend comes up kind of high, however, you can adjust that. And those covers right there that come down off the side do adjust as well. Right there, up and down a little bit to add for that movement. You can see how high that thing reaches from the side. It's crazy with those big shoulder plates. And then nice twist right there at the bicep. Just a simple peg that slots on there. And a single bend right there in the arm at the bicep. No, solid movement though, very easy maneuvering. Honestly, great for posing. Then you have the ball joint for the wrist. You do have a little bit of ab crunch in there. Not a ton, but more than a lot of these other kits that I've seen. When it comes to the legs, especially the hips, I do find that it tend to come, ignore the fact that I dropped the backpack, guys. I do find that they do tend to come loose when you consistently move them around. So if you're looking for poses, just make sure to give that little push back on there to keep it in place. Side skirts do lift up some, not a lot, so the splits are kind of reduced by the amount that comes through. Nice little bend right there at the knee. Just because how large and bulky they are, there is a little bit of blocking, but there is a nice mechanic move right there with the black piece sliding. So you do get that kind of detail. And then on top of that, we get into it. Those hips do actually rock back and forth. There is some adjustment with that as well. So they'll come down forward or they'll swing up back into the hip slots. Then you have both your front skirts there are actually posing. You can pose them a little bit. Nice little ankle movement right there. You can pretty much bring the leg or the foot all the ways back. And then some side to side, not a ton, but it's very doable for most poses on the ground. I will say the feet are kind of narrow. I don't know if that's just kind of, obviously it's design, but I did find, in my opinion, they seem kind of narrow. It still held the kit just fine, but just seemed a little off. So taking a look at this backpack here, you can see the funnels, you see the connections on the thrusters. Those move around quite easily and you can put all kinds of different poses on. 3 pegs hold this backpack on there. It does a pretty good job. And then we take a look at the funnels themselves. You get them up and you actually can take those out. So a couple of hidden accessories on this is both arms have this like boomerang effect part that you'll see a little bit later in displays, but they'll actually come out, adjust, and effect parts actually connect into those. So there is some posing options with that. Nice display pieces, and you can see here's the effect parts. They just kind of slot in there. Be careful, they are smaller, and if you hit them the right way, sometimes they pop out, but they lock in pretty good for the most part. No real issues there. And if you're wondering, yes, it does sit down in the forearm with those on as well. So you'll see here in a few of the display because I absolutely love this feature. Man, it just adds a new dynamic to the kit that I absolutely love. I wish they'd incorporate that into some designs for other ones as well. It just, you know, some extra spikes or nice effect parts on the kit. Obviously, you know, you got to keep it accurate for the model himself, but so it's just nice. I will say, however, the hands they're not really designed to hold them. So here's the funnel parts again. You can see they pop in and out. Does not come with the funnel effect parts. I'm sure you can rig something up for that just fine if you really wanted to. Here's the accessories that come with it. You have, of course, the open hands that's currently on the model. You have closed holding hands and then 1 trigger finger hand. Then you get, of course, those 2 boomerang looking things, the rifle, and then also that large Sazabi-isk axe that comes with it too. And all of these things, well, I will say the axe hilt is stored on the back there of the booster pack. You'll see that again here in a few. But here is the overall, the effects on it is beautiful. Honestly, they did a really good job. The nub marks are not very, you know, they're not very seen. You can't see them well. So I definitely suggest, you know, not worrying about it. There is a little bit of nub marks that come out on the boomerang weapons, but the things you can pose with them, there's so many cool different things you can do with those. I like them. They're subtle, they're easy, they're literally like 3 pieces. And well, if you count the effect parts, you know, 5 obviously, but you can do so many things with such a simple design. Here is those open hands I talked about as well. There's a really good look actually. You can see that metallic silver that they utilize, and man, it just looks so sharp. Alright guys, so it's probably hands down is my favorite display with this thing, just because how menacing this kit is. It is a mono eye, beautiful kit. I absolutely love the effect parts on those forearms and the options you have with that. Just so good. Honestly, I will say the yellow decals on there are stickers. That's probably my biggest weak point about this kit. It is what it is, except for the chest. The chest is actually a molded yellow clear. All the patterns are yellow, and that's what it is. I wish that the hands could hold the boomerangs, but that's not a deal breaker for me by any means. And right there, if you can see a quick look, actually when it comes back around, you'll see the hilt of the axe right there. It fits perfectly. That's where it's supposed to sit at. And so, I mean, I always like when you can hold most of your weapons on the kit. So for displaying purposes, you have that option at least that's there if you want to fully deck them out, or if you just want them in a full-on battle pose. So up on a base here, just giving it a few turns, you can just see, what do you guys think of this kit? Honestly, I like it a lot. I like the design. I like the clear colors. Do you guys like the clear color kits, and especially in the high grades or the master grades? What's your preference on that? Put that down in the comments, please. Let me know. I would love to see and hear your guys' feedback on the kit itself. And yeah, anytime you get a chance to build one of these kits, I do always recommend it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the video at the end, hit that like button. Let me know that you've made it this far. And also drop a comment down there. Let me know what your favorite comment is. If you're not a subscriber of the channel and you do like Gunpla reviews, check it out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really does help this channel out in a lot of ways. It lets me know what content I'm doing well at and what I can keep putting out for you guys and information. Until next time, love.